Hello everyone, this is Johnny Crass coming to you with the is the lighting gonna work? Bay Area Open summary. Now, Bay Area Open was a 2-day event run in Antioch at the Contra Costa Fairgrounds. It was 2,500 points. Fantasy tournament, of course. I took my Chaos Dwarves. I went over the list in the preview video. So go back to that one if you haven't seen it already. So, a brief rundown of my games. Saturday morning, I played a fellow, and his name just eludes me. He wasn't a club member of any clubs. Really nice guy. I'm sorry I forgot your name if you're watching this. He was playing Orcs and Goblins. He had big block of Trolls, big block of Biggins, big block of just normal Orcs, a medium-sized block of Black Orcs with Banner of Eternal Flame, 6 Bolt Throwers, a level 4, a General with some kit and the Stubborn Crown, and a BSB with a 2-up armor save. And did I say an Arachnarok? Yeah, an Arachnarok. And some Wolf Riders, but Wolf Riders never do anything. So, I'm sorry, I'm really tired today. The mission was median engagement, so diagonals. Not much of mine got held in reserve. His Biggins and A-Rock got held in reserve. I got first turn. It was obvious he hadn't played Fantasy in a while and was used to 40k, because he forgot you add your movement to charges. So first turn I get my Kadai Destroyer into his 8 Trolls, because move 9 plus 2 die 6 on median engagement is really good. He dispelled Ash Storm, which I tried to get off on the Trolls. So Kadai Destroyer just whooped 3 Trolls. I completely forgot they were going to be steadfast, so they stuck around. His turn, he puts a really deep, like 10 deep unit of Orc Boys with his General and BSB in the flank of my Destroyer, and everything else just kind of shuffles up. Combat, he takes off the Destroyer. Destroyer whiffs, try and kill the BSB, and just dies to combat res. He reforms. My turn, I put the train into the 50 Orcs with the General and BSB. They're not going to move the rest of the game. And I just kind of sat in the forest, and Siege Giant started eating Bolt Throwers. His turn, he moves the Trolls towards the Giant, and moves the Biggins, the A-Rock, and the Black Orcs towards my Infernal Guard in the woods. All his Bolt Thrower shots put 2 wounds on the Giant. And yeah. Mine, I plink off some wounds on the A-Rock. The train kills his BSB this turn with just the crew attacks. And kills a bunch of Orcs with Thunder Stomp. He's doing like no wounds to me, just plinking off my toughness 8. Giant goes into the Trolls. Combat, Trolls kill the Giant. Siege Giant can't fight big things. I've kind of realized that now. They bounce off the Iron Demon, and that's about it. He puts the A-Rock into my Infernal Guard in his turn. I kill the Arachnarok, no problem. And yeah, I just continue to grind down the Orcs and the General. Mine, I kill all the trolls between war machine shooting and handgun shooting. And I get ready for the Black Orc and Big in charge by going conga line with the BSB facing the Black Orcs who have Banner of Eternal Flame. Well, it's not conga line, it's too wide, but whatever. So his turn, he charges the Big Uns in my flank and the Black Orcs in my front. Black Orcs have his level 4 in there, of course. He does something else. I can't remember it right now. I'm sorry, guys. In combat, the train breaks. No, the train this turn just kills more and more orcs. He's not even scratching my paint. Combat, I kill his level 4. The orcs have to go into the BSB, and BSB has a 2-up against them, so Black Orcs do nothing. Orc Biggins just rip apart my poor Infernal Guard, but we stick around because we're stubborn 10 on a reroll. My turn. I bring the Orc boys down to 8 boys left and the general with the train's thunderstomps. I kill some more Black Orcs, some more Biggins, and when the dust settles, he's killed all my Inferno Guard, and it's just my general and BSB standing there. And now all the attacks pretty much have to go in. All the Biggin attacks have to go into my BSB, and all the Black Orc attacks have to go into either the BSB or my general, both of which I'm fine. So we stick on Stubborn 10, reroll. His turn, Iron Demon breaks the general's unit with only 1 orc left alive and the general. And he does not do anything to my BSB in general. I think I actually win combat, but he doesn't break. My turn, Iron Demon charges, fail charges the general and 1 lone orc. Thinking back on it now, I should have probably just shot them, but I was just hoping to bounce him off the table in his last turn. His final turn, he flees, can't rally, and his general and that 1 orc stop an inch away from the table edge. I was just brokenhearted about that. It was a lot of points that I just didn't get. And he fails to kill my general and BSB, and that's how the game ends. It was a major victory to me. They were only doing major loss, major win, tie, minor win, major victory. That's how they were scoring things. So it was a major victory to me. It was a great game. I was kind of upset with how the Destroyer just went down like a chump. But I don't know. I guess that was bound to happen, right? So, next game was against one of the L2 guys. I think it was John Hangel? Maybe his first name wasn't John. I'm terribly sorry. I know his last name was Hangel. He's the guy who puts on QCR. Great guy. Really enjoyed talking to him about Warhammer and stuff. He was also playing Orcs and Goblins. And it was pretty much the same list, except he had, instead of all the Bolt Throwers, he had 2 Doom Divers. Well, it was not the same list at all. It was Horde of Savages. I don't even think he had Black Orcs. I don't remember his list too well. I know he had an A-Rock. I know he had a Wolf Hero with Dragonbane Gem, which becomes important. Big Horde of Savages, level 4. Some artillery. So it was Battle Line, which is great. It was about now that I started drinking. I may have been drinking in the first game too. I don't really remember. So I go first. I just push up at him. I get rid of his troll chaff really fast. I get rid of his Wolf Rider chaff really fast. There's still the Wolf Hero with the Dragonbane gem. And Destroyer makes too long of an overrun right in front of the Wolf Hero with Dragonbane gem. So I'm like, crap. That's just fantastic. Train just pushes forward. Hops on a Mangler Squig either this turn or next turn. Mangler Squig barely scratches the paint. And the rest of the stuff is he had a Lord on a Wyvern. That was it. So his turn, everything pushes up. Wyvern jumps forward because he realizes I'll just shoot him down. A-Rock pushes forward. Savages fail their animosity and just get stuck there, which is great. Shooting, he kills the Siege Giant between two Doom Divers. And, or he doesn't kill the Siege Giant yet, but he brings it down to like 2 wounds. And, he charges the Destroyer with the Wolf Hero. I don't do anything, and he wins by like 2, so it does 2 wounds to me. My turn. I'm just pushing up. The train just keeps marching forward. I'm trying to get to his back lines. Then the train can start doing some real damage. Siege Giant charges. I don't remember what it charges, but it goes off and gets into combat and wins, and then has to overrun. And it overruns in front of an Arachnarok, which wasn't fantastic. But the Arachnarok didn't charge me because a lone troll fled right in front of the A-Rock, which was fantastic. The rest of the game's kind of hazy for me. I don't remember much of it. I know that he took off the Iron Demon, he took off the Destroyer, and he took off the Siege Giant. And I barely got any points out of him, because while I did kill his Wyvern, I failed to wound the Lord, and then the Lord just hid in a unit of Night Goblins for the rest of the game. And I only got, like, a few points there. Ragnarok was alive at 1 wound at the end of the game, because I just forgot to deal with it. And Foot of Gork stomped like 10 times and took out all my war machines. So I had no real way to deal with it. So that was a major loss for me. I wasn't upset at the loss, but I just felt like it was just Foot of Gork that swung the game, because I was winning up until Foot of Gork just trashed my lines. So I was kind of a little bit upset about that. Then third game, I do not remember his name. He was kind of quiet guy, older. Yeah. He was playing Warriors, but it was a Warriors army using Beastmen models. So best to go are counted as Khorne Warriors with halberds. He had some Beastmen riding some Gore Beast chariots, a Demon Prince who looked oddly like a Doom Bull, and a bunch of Warhounds and 2 Deathcasters. It was Blood and Glory, first one to break, gave away 500 victory points. So I go first, I push forward, I try to kill the Demon Prince with a rocket. Just right off the bat. It scatters off, and I try to redirect it with the engineer, and it just scatters off again. Everything else just pushes forward. I'm trying to apply as much pressure to him as possible. Thinking back on it now, this will be a mistake, and you'll see why. His first turn, his little level 2 Deathcaster. Oh, well, first, he puts 2 Gore Beast chariots into the Siege Giant, who had gone a little bit too far forward. He puts some dogs into the Iron Demon, which was a mistake because it just let me reform. And I think he tried to chaff up the Kadai Destroyer. Oh, it's like 5 Blood Crushers, too. I forgot to mention those. And the Blood Crushers just started booking it towards my war machines. So in the magic phase, he throws a bunch of dice at Crest of Laneth on my BSB. I'd already stopped a Spirit Leech on my Kadai Destroyer, so I didn't have any dice, and I didn't feel like he had Purple Sun, so I didn't feel like Crest of Laneth would be worth my Dispel Scroll. So I just said, yeah, you can have it. He rolled up 3 hits on my BSB with Crest of Laneth, and then rolled up 2 wounds. I'm like, okay, I should make one, and my BSB should be fine. Up comes the double 1. My BSB dies. I I hit my limit, so I lose the extra 500 points. So right there, I'm 705 points down, and it's his first turn. And then the 2 Gorby's chariots, I don't even get to swing. They just run me over with impact hits. Gorby's chariots are insane. So yeah, they just blow through the Siege Giant. Siege Giant falls on both of them, and I was stoked. I was just like, oh yeah, strength 6 hit, ignoring armor, D3 wounds. Well, I forgot they were toughness 6, and Siege Giant just bounced off the hood of both of them. Scratched one, did like a wound to one. The other just bounced off. The Pain Train demolished the dogs, and I got a reform out of it. My turn. Put the Kadai Destroyer into the Demon Prince because he completely forgot that dogs have crap leadership. So I just teared them off and then redirected into the Demon Prince. Iron Demon just trundled up, ran over some more dogs, I think. At this point, I sacrificed the tiny unit of Infernal Guard to redirect the Blood Crushers or Skull Crushers into a building that was sitting in my deployment zone, just so it was another turn they couldn't get into my War Machines. My War Machines did a whole lot of jack. My Infernal Guard charged one Gorby's Chariot who had overrun too far. Everything in his army had Mark of Khorne besides the mages, who were just death. So charged a Gorby's Chariot, killed it, overran into the next one. Yeah. Though it did decimate my Infernal Guard before. It has so many attacks, it's ridiculous. So, and I didn't catch it, by the way, because we're dwarfs. I got Ash Storm off in the Demon Prince. I was pretty excited about this, but I just couldn't get the wounds through. I realized later that he was playing the Demon Prince wrong. He gave it one more wound and I think one more toughness than it really had, which it would have changed the game a little bit, but as you'll see, not enough to matter. Where was it? Oh. So his turn, he puts the Crushers into my little Infernal Guard and moves some warriors up towards my big block of Infernal Guard, which isn't so big now. This is when he started playing, and I got kind of upset, because as much as this tactic is legitimate and fair, I don't like this style of play. He started sending a Purple Sun through his own units towards my Kadai Destroyer and Iron Demon. At this point, the Iron Demon was completely unscratched. So he sends it through all his warriors, through his Demon Prince, through his Kadai Destroyer, into his and into my Iron Demon. He loses a few warriors. Demon Prince is fine. Destroyer is fine. Iron Demon falls in the pit. It's just like, crap. Okay. And he uses it to restart his magic phase. Snipes off my level 1. And then I stop something else. He eye forced it, but it didn't matter. He got like a strength 6 hit. Who cares? Um, yeah. Um, in this turn, I do another wound to the Demon Prince, which multiplies into 2 because it's flaming. But he says the Demon Prince has 5 wounds, and I don't think to call him on it. Even though I was pretty sure that it had 4, it was late. The tournament had started late, so it was really late, and I did not feel like calling him out on it or anything. So, yeah. Um, where was I? Oh, so Crushers just demolished my poor Infernal Guard before I even get to swing. Overrun into the building. I don't care. My turn. I can't really do much. I'm stuck in combat with that freaking Gorby's chariot who I just can't hurt. It's just too tough. Toughness 6, 3 up armor, weapon skill 5 is horrendous to fight. So I'm just slapping myself against it. I think I failed toughness test on the Kadai Destroyer, so he loses 2 more wounds. So now he's sitting at like 2. I think the Magna Cannon blows itself up, or I just can't fire it. I don't remember which. Combat, I finally managed to kill the Demon Prince after he brings me down to like 1 wound. And, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. The Gorby's chariot kills some more Infernal Guard. I'm starting to get really low in the numbers here. His turn, he reforms the Skull Crushers too wide to face into my war machines. Puts a block of warriors into the Destroyer. Puts a block of warriors into the remnants of the Infernal Guard. Magic, he sends another purple sun at the Destroyer. I say, yeah, whatever. Up comes the 6. Destroyer falls in the hole. He doesn't miscast or anything. I think I'd used my scroll at that point. I really don't remember. I was not happy at this point. And combat, warriors just clean up the Infernal Guard. I break, get run down by the chariot, and I just call the game there. I'm like, you're going to table me. I have 2 war machines left and nothing else. So, major victory to him, major loss to me. I was really mad at that game. I was helping him through how to play his army a lot. I was helping him, like, with my rules. And I just felt like the way he played that game was atrocious. But I don't know. I really don't know. So after that, we went back to the hotel, played some lunch money. If you've never played that game, I recommend it. It was a lot of fun. Everyone was like kind of drunk, so it made lunch money even more fun. We went to this game store for a little while that had a bunch of vintage models, so I picked up a few things. They had some big hats there, but they were really expensive, so I couldn't bring myself to buy